Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend. The road to justice is paved with kicked buttocks. Minsc is an open book, with many pretty pictures. You hear that, Boo? Your keen skills of observation have not gone unnoticed. Our friend wishes to consult your wisdom. So small is Boo that he is often mistaken for a pinecone, and many secrets are spoken in his hearing. He will tell what he knows, but Minsc, of course, will translate. Oh, the pale scoundrel has his charms, it cannot be denied. But, my friend, it gives me no pleasure to tell you, Astarion is not what he claims to be. Just last night, Minsc was dressing one of his many heroic wounds in camp, when Astarion stumbled upon the scene. I tell you, he grew pale as death itself. He licked his lips and trembled so violently that Minsc thought he might faint on the spot. The truth is painful, but undeniable. Astarion is a coward. How can he fight the battles to come when he grows soft at the first sight of blood? Just one moment. You are sure? And you could not have told me this before? Minsc may have been mistaken. Boo presents compelling evidence that Astarion may in fact be a vampire. Minsc has met many vampires, and never one whose smile did not hide treacherous teeth. But, as you say, this world is a strange and wondrous place. Minsc has seen the soul of an angel in a child of Baal. Once, even a kind banker. If the sun can bear to look upon Astarion's monstrous face, then so can Minsc and Boo. For now, at least. Ah, the Great Blade of Frontiers! A fine name. Minsc has no idea what it means, but it suits young Will's air of mystery well. It is good to know the city did not go unprotected while I wore pigeon droppings on the wide. Jaheira did her part, of course, but she prefers to scowl from the shadows. The city needs a name, a face, preferably a furry companion, too. Ho ho ho! Minsc would need a title to match. Something to wash away the Stone Lord's stain. The Boot of Backsides, perhaps? Or... Ay, Boo! Evocative, but so crude. I will stick to simple Minsc. Not minding is one of the many things Minsc is known for. A little rest to brush the road from Boo's fur, and then back to our adventuring. Minsc is an open book, with many pretty pictures. Boo is ready with the musings. I do not wish to speak of the wizard. I could not have said it better myself. He came to me one night with a little book of mischief, full of words and their meanings. Posterior, he says. Can you say posterior? I refused. Minsc does not need to know the language of wizards. It is an inferior word. far too long to use in a battle cry, which is where a butt belongs. Gale would do better to educate himself in the ways of sword and steel than to throw these pointy words at Minsc. Ah, yes, Gale also owns a cat. A cat with wings. That is most unnerving for poor Boo. What? That is 1,000 times more interesting than anything that has ever been written in a book. Gale! My good friend! Where are you? Minsc and Boo would like to hear about the exploding! Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend. The road to justice is paved with kicked buttocks. Minsc is an open book, with many pretty pictures. Boo is ready with the musings. Who is Halsin? Somehow, such a person as you describe has entirely escaped Minsc's notice. How strange. Oh, the tiny, puny elf with leaves in his hair and dirt under his fingernails. His name is Halitosin. How very unfortunate. Pah! Minsc saw the druid chasing himself in circles and sniffing his own butt last night. He has spent too long as a wolf and not enough as a man. No, Boo! The druid did not beat Minsc at the arm wrestling. It was not a fair match, and it turned into an owlbear midway through, and there was grease on the tree stump. You will grow to like Jahira's incense in time. Like chewing herbs and soap, yes? Minsc is an open book, with many pretty pictures. Boo is ready with the musings. Ah, well, you have traveled at her side much longer than Minsc and Boo. What is it you feel for her? Oh, praise the three! So, I will speak freely. Of the drow, I can say only this. She may be treacherous, vicious, and much meaner than she has any need to be, but she is clearly no cleverer than Minsc. She too was duped by the Absolute, and she too seeks vengeance. So long as that is so, Minsc will not judge her. Boo still will, but quietly. You come to speak of the last time Minsc stood watch? The snoring, it was Boo. Minsc is an open book, with many pretty pictures. Boo is ready with the musings. She hangs split between her two sides, like a flipped coin that Boo once ate while it was still in the air. But, like Boo, after a great struggle within, I think Shadowheart has finally brought that coin to earth. She is a Sharin no more, and free of her wretched and evil fellows. Boo says it was perhaps a den of denial, rather than a den of evil. Minsc says one thing is very much like the other. Silence and secrecy grow evil just as a cellar grows mushrooms. Big, plump, stinking evil. That is why Minsc always speaks his mind. Loudly! My old friend Keldorn told me that the righteous must end their rage when the battle is done. But when Minsc thinks of those villains tormenting our gentle moon witch, he wants to kick them in the cloisters! Yes! Burn, says you, and burn, says Boo! So Minsc will burn! We shall set fire to the night itself! Or perhaps the night is too large to burn. I do not know. But I do know that I am angry.